following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a fun show today. It's going to be a great time. I'm very much looking forward to it. But before we get started, let's say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, Jimmy. Hi, everybody.
Your cold's a little better this time.
Oh, I'm all better. My cold has gone away. I still have, this desert sand problem, but that's going to be as long as I'm living here in Palm Springs. Anyway, I know all of you on Facebook are interested in my getting a scooter because my knee went. Jimmy and I were shopping at the mall, and as I was walking, I heard like crunk, 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 like bones breaking, and it was my left knee that was on its way out anyway. From street walking all my life, in Manhattan, you walk.
Yeah.
No, when you live in New York City, it's a walking city, and I walk the streets all the time. So I got a scooter. The scooter is only for long distances. In other words, if I'm out for a whole day where I'll be walking, I'll use my scooter. Other than that, I can walk. It's just that after I walk a certain distance, the pain is excruciating in my knee. Now we are applying for surgery, and we're told that it could be a 6-month wait. Because of the influx of people that have come into our country, I guess it's the border people, have caused the medical field to be overcrowded. We have too few doctors and nurses to take care of all the people now that are in this country that are seeking medical help. This is why you cannot have 2 or 3 million people at one time come into a country. You have to prepare for these people. You have to have more hospitals and more doctors for the influx. But unfortunately, the stupid people in office didn't do that, and they just let them all come in and overrun everything. So we citizens have to wait. So if you don't like my politics, too bad. They're real. They're not fake politics. This is a fact.
I actually had my, because I have a knee surgery scheduled for January 16th, my third one on the same knee, and I got approved for the knee surgery in May. So it took from May till January for me to get a surgery appointment.
And prior
I have good insurance.
And prior to all the people coming in our country illegally, we had no problem.
Yeah, my last one took 6 weeks.
I've had other surgeries where they booked me in like a week or two. So we are suffering from the influx of people. They should come in legally, because when you come in legally, there's only a quota. You're only allowed a certain amount in a year. Then we can prepare for these people as they come in. We could give them proper housing. They can get jobs. They can, we could get more doctors. It would work out much better. Overflow of anything is dangerous. Overflow of water, overflow of lava, overflow of anything is dangerous. Again, I repeat myself, but I will be fine. And when we can get an appointment 6 months from now, we'll do my knee. But in the meantime, I have my scooter to scoot about in.
Absolutely. So we hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We have a really fun show for you guys today. We're mixing movies and music today. We have actor and producer Richard Zeppieri. I don't know if that's correct, but we'll find
Jimmy, you
out.
have such a problem pronouncing people's names. I don't understand why. Is it because you were born and raised in Florida?
No, it's not.
Where there are no
That might be right. I don't know if
There's
it's right or not.
no, there was no ethnicity in Florida back when you were
Anyway.
born. When you were born, it was all waspy
We have
people.
actor Rich.
No,
we
no,
have-
no, no, no. Let's get there.
No,
When
that's
you were
nothing to do with
born,
anything.
no, when you were
Honey, I'm
born,
a genius. I can pronounce
your
things
ass is
however I
a
want.
genius. Every week you have trouble
I don't know.
pronouncing the stupidest names.
But you haven't gotten any of them right. You always say
I know.
it's done like this, and they always come back and say it the
No,
way I say it. So.
no. If they're Italian, I pronounce it.
Well, here, Zeppieri.
How do you say it?
Zeppieri.
I don't know who this is, so I can't say his name.
I think he's Italian because he plays a mobster a lot.
Zeppieri.
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 We'll
That-
find out because we're going to ask him.
I
when he
pronounce
comes on
it.
in a
Listen, I
minute.
speak Italian, and an Italian name should. My real name is Sarego, and it should be pronounced as Sarego, not as Sarego.
And our musical guest today, you guys, is musical phenom Irene Michaels.
Irene, she's a piece of work. Let me tell you, this broad gets out there, shakes those maracas, sings up a storm. She is a wild, wild woman. I love her.
She's fabulous.
I had the
think-
pleasure of dancing with her all night long. We danced like two teenagers. I mean, she's crazy. She's wild and gorgeous and does not look 70-something.
9.
Not almost 80 years old. My God, she got a body of a teenager
She got,
and a face of a. She's gorgeous with a. I mean, she's a hot chick.
yeah, she's going to be a lot of fun.
That's
you
a
guys.
hottie. She's a hot
She's got a
broad.
brand new single coming out.
She's no grandma.
that just-
She's a hottie.
She has a brand new single called My Heart that just came out. She's also performing Saturday, I think, in New York City. She's opening up for Ikevelli's comedy show, 50 Shades of Gay,
50
the
Shades
Christmas
of Gay.
show. So it should be a lot of fun. In the meantime, we want to thank everybody for tuning in all the time. Say hi to the chat room. Stefan Bell's in the chat room. Say hi to
Hey.
Tina, please.
Hi,
Cindy
Tina.
Lady Lake is in the chat room.
Hi,
She's
Cindy.
fabulous. Hub Reynolds says, "What's up, my friends?"
Oh,
Hey, Hub,
Herb
how you
Reynolds. Look what I got on.
doing? Oh yeah, Hub, he's wearing your bracelet.
I'm wearing your bracelet, Hub, because I have a Western shirt. It's a cowboy shirt. I figured I'd put your I've worn your bracelet out, and people have commented on it. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? And I tell them, so I don't know if they ordered any or bought any from you, but I love this one. This one's really sharp. Get a good look at it. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's all leather and suede
He
and
says
metal.
he sees.
And Hub designs it and makes them.
You guys, we've got a bunch of cool stuff from Hub.
Look how nice they look on your sleeve. If you're wearing a Western shirt, it just gives it a little more of a oof, boom, 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 boom.
He says he loves you. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We also want to say, please listen to us on Red Circle. You can also hear us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, and Amazon Prime. Other headlines, please check out our new horror magazine, darkfrights.com. And I also joined Blue Sky this week, you guys. So if you want to please follow me on Blue Sky, just type in "This is Jimmy Star" because that's my handle everywhere, and you can find me on Blue Sky because we're trying to build a little following on there. And what else is there? I forgot. There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot.
Not only can't you pronounce names, but you're getting senile.
I'm not getting senile. We also want to thank
You're getting
everybody
like Biden. You're forgetting.
for continuing. I know I've been sharing it a lot because it's one of my favorite shows, but the Sharni Vincent show that we did 2 weeks ago has broken 17 million plays. And if it gets like 2 or 3 more million plays, it'll be the biggest show we ever had. So please,
Who was in that show?
my friend from Australia, the girl that I like so much from Australia.
Oh, shit. That was a good show.
Yeah, that was a good show. So it's doing really good, and we're back in
All our shows are good.
We're back in the
Wait, I'm
charts.
speaking.
Hang on, we're back on the. I know. but
Rudeness.
We're back on the
rudeness.
iTunes charts again, too, you guys, because sometimes we fall out of
Didn't
it.
your parents teach you about
I was
interruption?
talking though first, if you remember. I
No, we're
started.
not talking.
No, this is my
You want-
conversation.
You want to get smacked around a little?
Yes.
You wanna
later?
You filthy pig.
But
By the way, he's my husband, so I'm allowed to talk to him this way. All husbands they get rough with each other.
B. Claudia just joined us too
B,
from
how are
Germany.
you?
Hey B, sending hugs your way.
How's everybody doing? Are you better?
hopefully everybody's good.
Well,
Everybody's
it was sick,
saying
you know.
hi to her. I know everybody's saying hi to her, so we'll see
Right.
how it goes. All right. Anything else you want to say?
Well, with you talking, how can I? You interrupt me.
That's okay. So I'll bring
I
on our
forgot
guest.
what I
then.
was going to say.
So I'll bring on our guest.
Yeah, all right.
That
Bring
works.
on our guest.
All right, let's bring him on. Let's bring on Richard. Hello. How you doing?
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
tell us? Can you tell us how do you pronounce your last name correctly?
Jimmy, I gotta tell you, sorry, Ron, but you got it closest. It's Zeppieri.
Zeppieri.
Yeah,
See, now that I see
Zeppieri.
it, now that I see it written, I know it. Zeppieri.
Zeppieri.
He was giving me a different name, but you look like a real gingerella, so it's okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what a gingerella is? In Brooklyn, we call the guineas gingerellas.
Why Gingerella?
You got a wop face. You're an Italian.
I'm definitely a wop. Yeah, yeah.
I'm Italian. I'm 100%. I'm proud to say.
Oh,
I got no shit.
100%.
I don't have any other races in me. I'm 100% Italian.
So
You
am I,
too?
buddy.
You're
100%.
100%.
Are you from Brooklyn?
No, but I grew up watching American shows, so I developed, like, even all my friends in the hood, we all sounded like we came from Brooklyn, you know. And when I have a few drinks in me, the Italian comes out, you know. But
No,
it's not quite Brooklyn.
If you're an Italian from Brooklyn, you're like Ace. You can't be any better or greater than that. That's like the ultimate Italian is the
Yeah.
Guido guys from Brooklyn.
Wait, so where do you live? Wait, we got to introduce him first before we do all this. All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actor, producer Richard Zeppieri. Close enough.
Yeah, good. Very good.
Well,
What do you
welcome you to the
expect from
show.
Irish?
So where do you actually live? And this is Ron, by the way, and we have a chat room with people in it, so just say hi to people in the chat room. They're starting to fill up.
Hey, everybody in chat, how you doing?
There you go. So now where actually do you live? I think you're in Canada.
Yeah, born and raised in Toronto.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Jersey?
Toronto, Canada.
Toronto. I like Toronto. I used to
Yeah.
go up there all the time. They had great gay bars.
Yeah.
No, really. All of us, we'd hop in the car. I lived in New York, and we'd drive up to Toronto and go to the gay bars. And they
Yeah,
all
it's
loved
great.
us because of our New York accent.
Yeah.
So
No,
we
there's a
used-
great gay strip right on Church Street. It's just
Yeah, all
one long
fairies.
street. Yeah.
Fairyville. Listen, let me hear you talk a little bit.
Okay.
Because
What
I
do you
want
me
to
to
say. Well, I always play mafia. I always
Yep.
play wise guy, tough guy because of my Brooklyn accent.
Sure.
And it's good because it gets me a lot of work, but now I'm tired of it. And I want to play people, and I want to speak now this way without a Brooklyn accent. But then I sound like a raving faggot. So, I don't know what to do.
Listen,
You get hired as a
I-
little. You
Say
play the
again?
rough guy all the time, right?
I'm lucky. I play mafia guys for sure, tough guys, but I also play detectives. I play cops and robbers, basically. Detectives or bad guys.
I only play bad guys. I play priests a lot. I don't know how they get the priests with the Brooklyn accent, but for some reason they think that priests should have a Brooklyn accent. I don't know.
Sure.
Forget about it. What can I tell you?
So I went through your IMDb today.
Yeah.
And so how long have you actually been? You've been acting a long time because your TV roles go back a long ass way.
Yeah, it's got to be close to 35 years now.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I love it.
Good
So
for
I have
you.
to tell you, it was funny because I've seen many of the things that you are in. But I'm a huge Saw fan, and I bought the movie Spiral when it came out, and I never watched it ever. I just threw it on a shelf, and I never watched it. So a couple of days before I contacted you, asking you to come on the show, I was streaming through Peacock or someplace, and Spiral was playing, and I was like, "Oh shit, I should have watched this. I have it. Now we're getting ready to move, so I packed everything up, so I don't have it." So I was like, "Let's watch it," and then I watched it, and dude, you fucking killed it! Like
Oh,
you were
appreciate
so
that.
good. It is such a good movie for people who are fans of the Saw franchise. It's very good. He plays Detective Fitch in Spiral from the
you
Book of
play
Saw.
detective too?
You
Me
guys,
too.
it was directed by Darren Lynn Bousman. It has Chris Rock, Max Minghella, Samuel Jackson, Marisol Nichols, who we've interviewed. And then what I thought was cool about it is I went through and thought about all the different people we've interviewed on the show from Saw. and from the franchise. So this is our 6 degrees of separation from you. We didn't interview Costas Mandylor, but we've been to 2 red carpets with him. We interviewed James Wan, Danny Glover, Shawnee Smith, Jay LaRose from Saw 3, Betsy Russell, and Al Sapienza, and they've been in all the different Saw movies. So I thought, wow, we have a lot in common with you. So your death is awesome. The Saw movie is awesome. It really had one of the most creative deaths out of all of them, I thought. And were you a horror movie fan before you got cast in that? And was it hard to get that role?
No, the genres that I really like in terms of scary movies are the ones that are more psychological, like going back to The Shining, but even more recently, like Scorsese's Shutter Island just freaked me out. I don't know if that's considered a horror movie, but to me, it definitely freaked me out. The gore and the blood doesn't trip me out as much because I know what it takes behind the scenes to get it done. So the magic is gone for me there. I don't like, even when I saw my own trap, I knew how it was done, so it didn't freak me out. But what was interesting was watching other people's responses. I liked watching response videos where people would respond to my trap, and just watching them freak out that's what was pleasurable for me.
Were you like before you were in the franchise? Did you watch all the other Saw movies? Like, have you seen them?
No, because I think the first one came out in 2004.
Yes.
And I didn't. So if I was younger, I definitely would have got into it. But I was already in my 30s, and that just wasn't my cup of tea. But when I got cast, I definitely watched the first one, and I thought it was a masterpiece. I really did. The first one just blew my mind.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite horror franchise.
How do you feel about playing a detective? They always cast me as a cop or a detective also. I play detectives.
Yeah, but I like playing detectives. Well, the detectives that I get to play are corrupt detectives. And those
he plays the corrupt detectives, is what he said.
Well, I played did I ever play a crooked?
No, you're not a crooked
no, I
cop.
played the good guy. But you know what I never played was a romantic lead.
Yeah.
I would love at this age to be in a movie with Sophia Loren, because I started my career. No, in 1959, I was in a movie with Sophia and Tab Hunter. My first movie, I was an extra. So I said to Jimmy, book her on the show or whatever. Let's get to her because we have a good script for her. And I would love to play her husband because she's 90, I'm 84, not such a bad age difference. What a way to end a career.
Yeah.
Kissing Sophia Loren.
I'm telling you. We all had crushes on Sophia Loren. I mean, the young Sophia Loren, there's nothing more beautiful. I mean, she was.
Even at 90, she still has a sexy look. She wears those low cuts. She shows the ninnies at 90. Yeah. She don't give a shit. She's hot.
I want to go back. Did you have to audition to play Detective Fitch?
I did.
You auditioned?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would hire you right away.
Yeah.
One look at you. If you're not a detective, nobody is.
Well, there's a lot of journeyman actors like me in Canada, a lot of very talented actors. So I think everybody and their dog went out for this role, and I was lucky enough to get it. But I had to audition. No callbacks, no nothing. Darren cast me, and the rest is history.
No, you have an interesting face. Your face works.
Yeah.
I'm
going into it.
I'm going into it, he said.
Well, listen to this. I get a big break. I'm playing the father to a very, very famous movie star. Okay. And producers said to me, Ron, we're going to have to age you because you look younger than him.
Right.
And he's 84.
He's 60 and I'm 84. So now I have to age myself. Could you believe that? Because I look younger. I do look younger than this movie star. So
and you look great for 84.
I do look. It's not very good sometimes because I never had a face that was you couldn't remember it. I was too pretty when I was young. Right. I look like Tony Curtis a lot, and people used to say that, and that's not good. You can't look like somebody because it doesn't work. You have a very good face. I would hire you to play a father.
Sure.
Definitely a mafia. I mean, beyond. There's no question
He's
of that.
done that a bunch.
Oh, I would. In fact, I have a movie that I may call you on. I may, if we get funded.
Mhm.
'Cause I need a lot of mafia guys
Sure.
in the movie. And you have a great face. You really have a great face.
No, he has a good face, and he's been doing this a long
It's
time.
it's a marketable face. You know, my face looks like everybody. No big deal. I don't have anything about my face that's interesting. It's just a face. He has an interesting.
Do you know Steve Basic? I don't know if he's in
No.
Toronto or Montreal. He's a pretty well-known Canadian actor. Now he does a lot of Hallmark stuff, but he used to be like in Battlestar Galactica or those kinds of things like that back in the day. I just thought if he was in Montreal, I thought everybody kind of might know each other, all the different actor people. But I love it. Okay, so I love the fact that you're in Saw. That's the reason why I initially invited you on, as I was so impressed. And then I've seen all this other stuff. So during the pandemic, we watched the film Little Italy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Little Italy, you guys, and I didn't know who you were at that. Seeing it back then, I'll probably go back and rewatch it. But it's a great movie with Emma Roberts, Danny Aiello, Hayden Christensen, Andrea Martin from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Alyssa Milano, and Jane Seymour.
Everybody in it was perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Everybody in it had a nice accent. Everybody in it did a great job. I liked that little movie. I really enjoyed it because it was true fact.
And it's very different, like that shows a lot of broad range for you. Little Italy
No, but if you're an
was
Italian,
a romantic comedy, and
if you're an Italian raised in an Italian neighborhood, you can relate to that movie because that movie it was taken from an Italian neighborhood. The guy that wrote it definitely he couldn't have been Irish.
No. And the funny thing is, the American New York Italian culture, we have a Little Italy in Toronto that's not just, it's pretty big, Little Italy. And it's not dissimilar at all. We have all the same, religious parades and the gatherings, and we have our own mobsters up here, and family's very important. So Little Italy even resonated with the Italians up here in Canada, well, specifically Toronto.
No, I knew I was friends with most of the restaurant owners, mostly Puglia restaurant. Mary and Joe were good friends of mine, Mary and Joe Puglia. Of course, they're gone, but it's not the same. It lost its Italianness. It's Americana now.
Yeah.
And so is Little Italy. Jimmy and I were down there last year, 2 years ago, and I said to Jimmy, this is not Little Italy anymore. Now it's like little Puerto Rico, little Cuba, little Spain, everybody's Spanish. And if you go to the Italian feast, there's no more Italians, they're all Spanish. So the Spanish people love the Italian customs, I'm happy to say. But it's
changed.
So,
but wait a minute. Soho Johnny took us to New Jersey. I got to tell you this story.
He doesn't know who Soho Johnny is.
But our viewers do.
Okay.
And our listeners. And it was all New Jersey guineas. I was in heaven. 350 Italians under a tent in a fancy schmancy nightclub, what's it, where you get married, a hall. But they did it outside under a tent, 350 Italians. Beautiful women, handsome young fellas, all the children of these people. And they were singing Italian songs and waving the Italian flag.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I was in my glory. Everybody there was Italian. My table that I set out, there was about 20 of us, all Italians. This little old lady, she didn't know I was gay. And she came over, she's flirting with me. And she sits down next to me. She said to me, "You're very handsome." I said, "Thank you. You're very beautiful." She wasn't, but the old lady. She said, "I own a bakery in New Jersey." She said, "I want you to come to my house. I'll make you a nice dinner. And then you could go in the bakery and pick out whatever you want." So I thought to myself, if that's not the most charming thing that's happened to me, Hollywood with all that bullshit. It's so nice to be with real people that tell it like it is. Italian people are marvelous. If I had a choice to be anything, I would have chosen Italian.
Sure.
I'm a very proud Italian, as you can tell.
Absolutely.
So wait a sec.
Well, we have a lot to be proud of. A wonderful history.
Yeah.
A wonderful opera. Everything.
Everything beautiful.
Everything. Food. I mean, whatever the Italians do, they do miraculous.
So do they do like this Hallmark film in Toronto?
I think it does. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. There used to be a lot more of them.
what stuff goes on where you are? Do you come to the States to film stuff very often, or do most of the stuff you do is actually filmed in Canada?
Most of the stuff that I do is filmed in Canada, but ironically, most of the work I get is from Americans.
Yes,
See, and I
from
got- I
Americans
got- I got to know-
shooting in Canada.
I got an offer to do a movie in Canada, and
Yeah.
it was filmed in January and February, and I said, no, thank you.
It's
I can't-
rough.
I can't-
We just got our first snowfall today, and that's why I'm dressed up nice, cozy, because it gets cold here.
Yeah, it's
It's
too
cold.
cold for
It
me.
is not only cold, but for some reason, it's a very damp cold.
Damp cold.
Very damp, and it goes through your bones. I can't
Yeah.
do that to myself. I can't do that to myself. I just finished a movie in Nevada a couple of months ago with 120 degrees, and I was dressed as a general in the
Oh, wow.
army in a wool general costume. I thought I was going to drop dead, and we had a march in the desert. For why the producer wanted us to do it 100 times. I think he wanted to kill me because
Yeah.
he's my friend, but I think he wanted to kill me anyway.
Yeah.
And let's do it again, Ron. I said, why? It's only walking and it's so hot. He said, let's do it again, Ron. Don't be difficult. I said, I'm not difficult, but I'm sweating.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to move on.
Move on.
So you've got a whole bunch of different cool things. I want to bring up this other one because I'm a big. You did a women's MMA movie, a women's
that's
MMA fight movie called EFC. You won 2 Best Supporting Actor awards. I actually have the trailer. I thought we could play it for people so they could actually see it because you are in the trailer. But tell us a little bit about. I loved it. One of my favorite ones is the one with Tom Hardy. I forgot the name of it, Fighting or something like that. But it's a great.
yeah.
It's a great MMA movie.
That's
And
right.
we have a very good friend named Bear Fiorda who's on the MMA fighting circuit that we see all the time, who lives here in Palm Springs. But tell us a little bit about the movie, and then we'll have
He's
you
in a
introduce
movie
it.
with him?
No.
Oh.
No. It's about the same topic, about MMA fighting.
Oh,
Okay, but he's going to tell us a little bit about it, and then you introduce the trailer. We're going to have our engineer play it, and then we'll be right back to talk with you. But tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's EFC. It's about female MMA fighters, and I don't think there's been a movie made about the women side of MMA. And
Yeah, there is.
I play again a sleazy investor who wants to get his money. He wants to get his money out because he doesn't think there's any money in women's fighting. So he goes about in conniving ways to get his money out of the business. And he's a bit of a cokehead, a womanizer, all that. And he butts heads with the main female protagonist, Carly Rose, who's wonderful in it. But what was impressive, anybody who watches it, the fighting is incredible because they had real MMA fighters not only train the lead actresses, but they were also in the movie. And when they fight, man, it's awesome. It's really awesome to see. Because
I love that. I love that because in the new Cobra Kai season 6, they introduced a new girl fighter and she's beautiful but she's a real actual karate, world champion, 10-time world champion or whatever, and so the fighting is really good in it. So it's the same. So introduce the film for us, Juan, play the trailer once he introduces it, and then we'll be right back.
Yep, this is EFC. It's on Tubi right now. You can stream it for free. And here it goes.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Excelsis FC needs a new women's champion. 8 women, 1 tournament to crown 1 champion. The purse for the tournament is set at $1.2 million.
Cassidy Jones and Alexis Starr should be ineligible for this tournament after what happened.
I've been carrying women's MMA on my back. I'm here to take back my place as champ again.
I invested in this company because I thought it could do big business, but at the end of the day, these girls can't draw big business money.
You know, critics, they think that women's MMA can't draw the same money and the same attention as men's. But the tide, it's changing.
Oh, you don't really think you can win this tournament now, do you?
You've always been jealous of me.
What happened to that fighting spirit of yours? Huh? The one that I built?
I just can't stop thinking that it was all my fault.
That's common with PTSD.
You are a fake. You do not belong in the octagon, and tonight
everybody found out what a fraud you are.
Look, I told you there would be consequences, and now I have to strip you of your championship title.
I'm here to fight for the future of Excelsius.
Sign off so I can liquidate and get that out of this money pit.
If Frank gets his way, this company could be sold for pennies on the dollar.
If you think you can just waltz in here, you are so wrong.
The future of women's MMA no longer rests in one woman's hands.
This fight business you two got yourself into, it's a hard way to make a living.
Yay, so it's on Tubi. I didn't know that. That's good. I can watch it while I'm working.
And let me tell you, you clean up nice.
I do. When I shave, I'm a pretty handsome dude.
You're good looking. You were so handsome in that scene.
Yeah.
Cleaned up good. You know, our friend that's the kickboxer, I asked him, I said, what happens if you have diarrhea while you're fighting? He said, you just keep fighting.
Yeah.
I said, that's not really nice. A little messy with the shit running down your leg and stuff. He said, yeah, but you keep on fighting. I think he was pulling my leg.
No, these guys, hey, listen, the guys are crazy. I've seen guys fight with broken arms, broken legs. These guys can fight through anything. And I think that's their model.
So if they really have diarrhea, they keep fighting while they have diarrhea?
I don't know. I
think it's disgusting. I mean, but what would you do? Say, excuse me, could we stop the fight? I just took a shit. I mean,
you have such a great voice, though. We both commented on it. When you were talking, we were like, listen to his voice. I mean, you have a really distinct voice.
If I get funded on the movie, I'm seriously going to call you.
Because
I have a good part for you. With that voice and your face, I'm looking for really Brooklyn-looking tough guys. I need them because in this movie, the mafia is really the biggest mafia family in Brooklyn. So
congratulations, though, on winning 2 Best Supporting Actor awards for the EFC. I'm going to watch it now that I know everybody. It's on Tubi, so you want to watch it on Tubi.
So, are you married or single?
No, was never married. I have a 33-year-old daughter, though, and I am single right now.
Is she an actress?
Ladies out there, send him some fan mail. You never know. The guy might get lonely up in that freezing shit that he's in there. Wouldn't it be nice? Hey, Rich, wouldn't it be nice to have a little muffin warm next to you?
Absolutely. On days like today, for sure.
A little hot muffin wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Let's do some
butter
bragging.
that muffin.
I'm gonna do some bragging for you, just so people realize some of the cool stuff you've been in. You guys in the movie Kill Shot, he plays a mafia boss with Mickey Rourke, Hal Holbrook, Thomas Jane, Diane Lane, Rosario Dawson,
Diane Lane, I love
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. In Driven, he's in Driven with Sylvester Stallone, Burt Reynolds, Kip Pardue. I love Kip Pardue. Gina Gershon and Estella Warren. He played in an episode of Kung Fu: The Legend Continues, and I only bring it up because Ron was really good friends with Richard Dean Anderson and David Carradine. Richard Anderson, not Richard Dean Anderson.
Richard Anderson was my very, very close dear friend for a lot of years. There wasn't a finer gentleman who is more elegant than Richard, intelligent, with 2 wonderful daughters. I miss him all the time. I miss Burt Reynolds.
So hang on, let me finish.
Burt was a good friend.
So you guys,
everybody's dying on me.
Some other great TV series. He's in a zillion episodes of Earth Final Conflict TV series. He's been in the Murdoch Mysteries, Blood and Treasure, Titans, which is a good show for me. I like that. La Femme Nikita, In Contempt, Private Eyes Incorporated, 4 in the Morning, Lost and Found, Music Studios, American Gothic's another good one. Lost Girl's a good one. Covert Affairs is a good one.
They're all good.
Rookie Blue, I'm a big fan of Missy Peregrine. Suits, which they're remaking again now. Star Hunter, Street Time, Monk, the Kennedy miniseries, Blue Murder, and Tracker with Adrian Paul, who was also a guest on the show. We've had a lot of people.
Now, what was did you have scenes with Diane Lane?
No, my scenes were mostly with Mickey Rourke.
Because I love Diane Lane. Yeah. I would love to work with her.
Oh, I would have loved to have a chance to work with her, but
she's one of my favorite actresses.
Yeah,
beautiful, sweet, and I hear she's lovely. Everybody anyone that's worked with her said she's very generous and very lovely. So what a pleasure it would have been.
So what are you most well known? Like, do you go do autograph signings and stuff for Saw?
No, it's funny because when we were shooting, especially the trap scene, Darren came up to me and he said to me, "You're gonna get sick of signing autographs. It's gonna be all over the place all the time." But we shot the movie just before the pandemic, and the film actually was delayed a whole year because of the pandemic. So I don't know if there's Comic-Cons or whatever events. I'm sure there's a million of them. They love the Saw movies. There's a great following. But no, I've yet to attend one of those events. I would love to.
I go to red carpets.
I'll see if I can get you an agent for that if you want.
I go to red carpets and people come up to me. You know what they say? Are you anybody?
Yeah. I get that all the time.
Well, yeah, I'm starring in this movie. Oh, are you?
No. You know what I get, Ron? You know what I get? I get, you look familiar. Do you?
I get that all the time. I get that all the time. I've seen you in television, which is true. But I have black hair, and my black hair made me look entirely different because everything was my eyebrows. I was just black and dark. Yeah. Now that I have white hair, I look English. And nobody recognizes
No,
me.
see, but okay, because like I used to live in Florida, and when I lived in Florida, I was a clothing designer, and I met all the different famous like horror people at the conventions, and I was really good friends with Jay LaRose, who's Troy the Chain Man in Saw 3. He's only in it for like, he gets killed. He's the first person killed before the credits even run. And he signs fucking autographs like he was like doing like 10 conventions every 2 months or something. I mean, he was just always busy. So you got screwed because it happened during the pandemic. Can you travel back and forth to the United States freely or no? Or is that a hard thing to do?
No, it's absolutely, man.
No, I mean to come in to go to autograph signing.
He has a work permit. He can come in. No, really, when you have a work permit,
I don't know how it works. So
you have a work permit, right?
To work in the States, no, but I can.
You don't have a work permit?
No, I can travel freely.
He can travel freely, so he
don't. Because years ago you had to have a. I know if I worked in Canada, I had to get a work permit.
Absolutely, yes.
I could not with that movie where I was going to freeze my balls off. Bullshit. They wanted that you have to do a work permit. No.
Yeah. So they killed you, so they can't bring you back anyway because you're like dead.
Oh yes, they can. They could kill you and bring you back.
No, I love it. Like I actually, I collect action figures and movie memorabilia, and since Saw is my favorite franchise, so I have in Saw 3 the whole movie resolves around the judge the guy who lost his kid with the pink pig, and I actually have the actual pink pig from it. The movie used screen version. Pink pig from it that I bought at an auction because I like the shit so much. So the Saw stuff is really my big thing, and I can't wait for the next one with Costas Mandylor coming on.
So what have you got coming up?
Well, except for the EFC movie is going around doing festivals. It's on Tubi, but it's doing festivals, and I got another independent Canadian film.
Give us titles of what we can see you in.
EFC.
EFC is the next one.
No, that's the one we just saw the preview.
Yeah, I know. That's what are you on drugs or something? I just said that. That's what we just saw. What's wrong with you? Jesus Christ! I married a moron. Fucking A. Holy shit! You should have warned. Your father warned me. His father did warn me. I didn't listen. But anyway, now you made me forget what I was going to say, and it was important.
See, oh well. So no, EFC is coming up.
Yep.
Which is going out all the place. What about TV? You also have something I saw on your IMDb that looks good. I don't know. I didn't know who the people were in it, but it's called The Legacy of Cloudy Falls. It follows an eccentric tenants of a rundown apartment complex in Niagara Falls. Is that a comedy?
Yeah,
that's a comedy.
That's the next one I was going to say. That's a really interesting film. It's based. So imagine a bunch of people living in Niagara Falls, and their lives intersect, but they're all a little bit eccentric. Like my character, I play this middle-aged guy who still lives with his father and falls in love with this talent agent, decides he wants to become an actor. He works as a security guard. He's such a sad, pathetic character, but you love him because he tries so hard. And then, of course, when he gets his first chance at auditioning, he completely has an anxiety attack and he can't do it. And it's sad and it's beautiful, but the whole movie is like that. It just revolves around, it's a character-driven piece around all these people that are somehow broken, but their lives cross paths.
So it's like a feel-good movie.
Not necessarily. No. I mean, there's some tragedy in it. Not every character makes it. But it's just a quirky character-based film where there's some good people, bad people, and but they've all got some sort of damage to them.
Because now the word in Hollywood is comedy. The country is in such a mess, and everybody's so upset about what's going on with prices and stuff. You know, it's hard to live today in America. I don't know about Canada.
It's hard.
Now, the American people don't want any more tears. They said, we want to laugh. So Hollywood just now said comedies are the thing. So you're going to see a whole barrage of comedies coming out soon, which I feel we should have, because I think we need a little bit of laughter.
Rom-coms are the big thing now, too. Rom-coms. Romantic comedies are what they're actually making a lot of.
So that screws me out, because where am I going to go in a romantic comedy?
You and Sophia Loren, come on. We'll make it happen.
Right. I tell you the truth. Well, anyway, when I met her on the set of That Kind of Woman, I was talking Italian. And you know what she said to me? Speak English, because your Italian is as bad as my English. And the two of us were there like two morons. Go over there, sit down, you know. And they came over to me and they said, hey, soldier, wait, you can't talk to Miss Lauren. And I said, why? Because, you know, the extras were not allowed to talk to the stars. And she said, no, let him stay. Yeah. And I was thrilled to pieces. I felt, holy shit, Sophia wants me to sit there and stay. And she kept talking about my parents, where we're from, in Italian. And I understood, of course. She's the loveliest woman.
And she kissed him.
Oh, she kissed me goodbye. Oh, yeah. Because I asked her for, no, I said, dammi un bacio. And she said, si. And she kissed me here. And the lipstick was still there. So I didn't want to take the lipstick off, because I wanted to show my mother and my aunt when I got home. Proof that Sophia kissed me. That's how I'm 19 years old. What did I know? But I fell in love with her then, and I've been in love with her all my life.
Yeah. I wouldn't have washed my face for months.
He probably didn't either.
I didn't either. I guess it wore off when I slept. But just the idea that Sophia stuck up for me.
Yeah.
You know, I went against the company, you know, and it was, guess who was my director was, what's his name? The biggest director in the world. Fuck, I can remember his name. You know his name.
I can't remember. Like
one of the most, a director that everybody and their mother would kill to work for.
Sergio Leone.
Who?
Sergio Leone.
No.
What did he say?
Sergio Leone.
No. I can't remember his name. Isn't this terrible? Age is not a good thing. Anyway, she was lovely, and I know that she's still lovely.
Sidney Lumet.
Yeah, Sidney Lumet. I mean, how do you fuck around with Sidney Lumet? You don't go against him. I could have been thrown off the picture. Also, Tab Hunter. I went into the diner where we were eating, across the street from where we were shooting in Long Beach, Long Island. And I went up to Tab's table and I said, excuse me, Mr. Hunter, but can I sit here? And he looked at me and he said, for Christ's sake, can't you see a meeting? And I don't know how it came out, but I said, oh, fuck you. And I thought for sure I'm off the picture.
Right.
And Tab became my best friend.
Later on in life, they were very good friends.
Best friend. And I often talked about that. I said, Tab, when I tell you to go fuck yourself, how come you didn't report me? He said, oh, come on, you're a kid.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So what is your... Go ahead.
You know what I find? The bigger people that I work with, the bigger director, the bigger actor, the bigger they are, the nicer they are, in my opinion. Sure, they can have their bad days and everything, but I think there's a reason. I think there's a reason why they got to that point. And I think it's because most of them have kept their feet on the ground and know where they came from. That's my experience. Like when I worked with Mickey Rourke, he was the sweetest guy in the world. I was scared shitless to work with the guy, but he's down to earth and the nicest guy. Nicest guy.
No, it's true. Burt Reynolds became a super. I knew Burt Reynolds before he was anything.
Yeah.
because he was best friends with my friend Lee Winkler, who was his business manager. So I met Bert when he was doing that television series, whatever it was. And he was a sweet guy, regular Joe. I mean, you could sit down with Bert and have a beer, and he's like a regular guy. And I sat with him when he was a superstar, like 20 years later or 10 years later. He didn't change. He was the same. The same guy. And I thought to myself, holy shit.
I think you're 100% right, though, with what you're saying, because we've had Grammy winners, Academy Award winners, Golden Globe winners. We've had some really pretty
and I've had shit asses on who
let me ask my story.
Okay.
We've had like reality stars that were famous for 5 minutes, and they were like nasty and so arrogant and so cocky.
Yeah.
I walked off the show on one. One bitch came on here, a real bitch of a trampy little bitch. She must have been everybody's bang. But anyway, came off like I don't know what, and was telling me what to say and do. Imagine the guest comes on and tells the host what to say and do. So I just said, listen, honey, I can't deal with you. And I got up and I walked off.
Sure.
It was terrible.
I couldn't. I would, because I was going in 2 minutes. I was going to say, listen, you're a $2 late. Don't give me no bullshit. You know, $2. You're fine.
So I want to go back to you. All right. So this is things I like to ask all the actors, and since you've already worked with a ton of people, so it's a 2-part question. Bucket list.
Are we there already?
We have like 12 minutes, but I want to.
I like him. I want to talk more.
Bucket list: male and female actor that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with, and they can be living or dead. And then the second part of it is, if you could have been a character in any movie ever made, what movie would you have liked to been in?
Oh, wow.
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one because there's so many. But
that's right.
Today, I mean, the only actor that I would be terrified to work with but would love to do it is probably Daniel Day-Lewis. I think he's the best actor, bar none.
Ooh,
Tom Hardy is another guy. Meryl Streep.
She's tough, I've heard.
I agree. Daniel Day-Lewis would be terrific. Tom Hardy is one of my absolute favorites.
They claim Meryl Streep is one of the bitches of Hollywood. She made the bitch list.
Oh, did she?
There's a list where the queen of them all is Julia Roberts. She's the evil, the bitchiest, most evil of all. And then the list goes down the line of all these women.
So wait, go ahead. So give us another female that you like besides Meryl Streep, just because I don't like her that much.
No one does.
I mean, in terms of the contemporary ones, I love Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's wonderful.
Yes,
I love Jennifer.
She's fabulous. She's a good,
fabulous little actress.
Yeah,
absolutely. Fabulous. And if you could have been,
I thought she was going to be pigeonholed because she's so beautiful. But she's done some great work. She's been nominated.
She's blonde, brunette, redhead. She changes her hair. She changes her whole personality.
What's that movie where she plays the mentally challenged person?
Oh,
what
with
is
a handsome guy there.
Winter's Bone. Was it Winter's Bone?
No,
I forgot.
I can't remember titles.
He's good. Yeah, he's not good with
people
that
say to me, "What movie are you coming out in?" And I look at Jimmy. Because he's got to give me the name of the movie. Because think I know? I was in a movie that somebody said, "Oh, I saw you in this movie." You gave the title. I said, "I was never in that movie," and I was, and I was.
We went to a premiere 2 weeks ago, and he was like, he didn't know. He remembered because he did a voiceover for it.
I had no idea.
And so there's a phone call, and you hear this voice, and I was like, "That's you." And he's like, "I'm not in this movie." I was like, "Yeah, well, that's your voice." Wow. He didn't even remember that he was like in it. But well, okay, so what's a movie you would like to be in?
Do you get numb like that?
Numb like what?
Like you don't know what you did anymore. You don't remember.
Oh yeah, like when Jimmy was saying all the credits that I've done. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, there's certain things I forget for sure. For sure.
Well, I'm 84. Your mind goes.
Yeah. I don't know. You seem pretty good.
I don't. As long as my dick doesn't go, I'm happy. But if my mind goes, I'm not upset about my mind. But my dick, I would be upset.
Absolutely.
So what about
hopefully that's the last thing to go. Yeah.
That's right. We want that to be the last thing to go.
The last thing while I'm dead.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
be
be
a hard on when I'm dead.
Right. Keep the coffin lid open. You should only be so lucky.
A movie that you would think would have been fun. It could be a couple. You can give me different genres, and it can be an old movie or a new movie or your favorite movie or anything of the sort.
I'm telling you, I would even play an extra in a Chris Nolan movie. Anything Chris Nolan touches.
You know who?
Chris Nolan movie.
Who's that?
That's a very famous director. Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
He did some of the Harry Potter movies. He did.
I didn't hear the name right.
He did. He's done a bunch of shit. Like I don't know all the things. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, so I know I picked Harry Potter right off the bat because.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's very famous for doing all the Batman trilogy. But,
yes.
He's done Inception and really all
That's
those.
the one I was trying to think of was Inception. Yeah. Well, he's a
Yeah.
brilliant director, so it would be a lot of fun. You know.
Yeah, he directed Oppenheimer. But if I had one character, I would have loved to play Michael in The Godfather. How's that?
There you go.
You could do it too.
Yeah, you could do that one
without the cotton.
Yeah.
Without the cotton.
Oh, there's another guy. Yeah, I would have loved to have worked with Brando, of all people.
You would not have been happy.
Why not?
Because I've heard stories about Marlon Brando that make it. My sister and what is she? My niece was married to Marlon Brando's son.
Okay.
So I have inside stuff on Brando you would not believe.
One of our best friends also dated him.
You would not believe Brando. Yeah. That guy was so fucking crazy that it's amazing that he even got in movies. He was nuts. He'd throw things, smash things, go crazy on people. If, God forbid, you said something he misinterpreted or didn't like, he'd jump on. No, he was a nut.
Yeah, the studios didn't even want him for The Godfather precisely because of that. Because he was just too hard to work with, yeah.
No, Mary is my niece. Her name is Brando, Mary Brando. So she's my niece.
Yes. So what is your favorite character that you've played so far? Do you have a favorite? And what is the character like? Is playing a cop, since you do it so often, is that one of your more favorites, or is there a character type that you have not been able to wait? Is there a character type? Would you please let me talk?
No.
Is there a character type that you haven't been able to play?
Look at him. What would you cast?
He can play. It doesn't matter what I would cast.
Would you cast him as a hairdresser?
No, but there's a difference between what he would like to be cast at and what he gets cast at. Just like you said, you would like to be a romantic lead, but you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But you're making it like.
No, I want to know.
I'm shocked. You're shocked that they cast him.
No, I want to know what he wants to be cast as. So you didn't listen to the question. Okay, what would you like to be cast as?
After the show's over, I beat the shit out of him.
I hope so. I just imagine you guys off camera just beating the shit out of each other.
Punching the shit out of each other. And then we kiss and make up. Love Italian style.
That's it. I mean, what character would I like to play? I'd like to play characters that would challenge me, like the way Tom Hardy gets challenged in films. He can transform his body. I don't know if you saw the movie where he actually played twin gangsters. It was based on the Craze, but it wasn't called The Craze.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't see it though, but I remember when it came out.
He had scenes with his own damn self, and he's playing his own brother. Amazing. That was amazing work that he did.
Now, my question, do you have trouble remembering lines?
As I get older, a little bit, but I come from theater. Most of my work is from theater. So at the end of the day, no, I don't have too much difficulty.
I was offered a role in theater and I had to decline because I can't, I study a line. I got the line. I'm off camera. I got the line. I walk on camera and I stand there and the director says, Ron, when are you going to speak? You're in a movie. And I said, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I have an earplug and I'm fed every line when I work now.
There's
just no way at 80. Well, Meryl Streep does this. Since we're speaking of Meryl, she wears an earplug. What's his name? De Niro wears an earplug. Pacino wears an earplug. All the old bags, everybody 80 years old and more wear earplugs. Laney Kazan wears an earplug.
Legend. It was called Legend.
See how he interrupts me. See
No,
how-
I was going
see
back
how-
to our
see how
other-
he interrupts, and then
Yeah.
he
Well,
tells
first of all, you're saying all those things, but you don't know that for a fact. That's what you've been told.
No,
but we don't
I know.
that for a fact.
Lainey-
Johnny Depp, yes, we know. Johnny
Lainey
Depp does.
Kazan and I talked about it, and she said, I don't like the earplug because I can't act while I'm being fed a line. So Lainey and I are buddies. I know Lainey Kazan for 100 years. So she's not lying, and nobody lies about this. Johnny Depp doesn't like to learn lines.
Right.
So he gets the script, they feed him his lines. So thank God for the earplug, or there would be no old actors.
Did you like the movie Legend? Did you like it?
I
like,
loved
is this I should watch? Maybe I'm going to watch that.
So I just wanted to tell you about the earplug. If anything ever happens where you don't remember your lines, the plug is wonderful.
Yeah.
It does. You know what it is. You don't forget your lines. You just forget when to say them or where they go.
Sure.
That's the problem. So the plug gives you, here's the line. The dog ran away. And you don't remember the line. So the line will come in the dog. The minute you hear the dog, you know the rest of the line ran away. So it just gives you a bolt of what you need to know.
Yeah,
it's fun.
All right, now you may speak, Mr. Interesting, that puts everybody to sleep.
Yeah. I'm gonna be nice, but I won't say that 2 weeks ago he had a cold and I did all the talking and we got 17 million plays. So
oh, he's so full of shit. Even with a cold.
Anyway.
I didn't shut my mouth with snots running out of my nose.
Right.
Are you kidding?
Anyway.
I was brilliant on that show.
No, I love it. So
super funny.
You didn't talk.
I most certainly did.
Listen to it. I listened to it.
I watched it.
Anyway, so how come you don't do social media?
I didn't grow up in that era. I mean, and I'm the worst self promoter. Like I understand it's show business, but I have no business concept when it comes to self promotion. Also, I have a bit of like imposter syndrome. I'm like, who am I to brag about this or that? And I just have a hard time talking about myself, and especially on social media. And I realize more and more I should be doing that. Like when I worked on the movie EFC, it was maddening to me because I'd be off studying my lines, but there was a couple of actresses, they were more interested in their fucking social EQ or whatever.
Those stupid shits they go on their phone with.
It's very important though. It helps you get work.
I know.
It's really good for like distribution because distributors play that when you ask them when you put a star in a film, that's the first thing. Especially if you're not a household name, that's the first thing they do is go look at your social media to see can you help promote the film.
Which is bullshit because that doesn't tell you the person can act.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't tell.
So somebody's famous for showing their pussy, and they got a million zillion whatever, and they can't act.
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah,
how do you? Wait, I got a good one for you. Listen to this, Rich. How do you feel about pay to play?
Pay to play. What does that mean?
He doesn't even know what it is because he's not involved in that at all.
All these stupid people today that want to be in a movie, they say, "I'll give you $10,000 if I could be in your movie." And then they come in the movie. They never acted in their life. They want to show off to their friends they're in the movie. Yeah. So they think they're movie stars. They say to their friends, "Oh, look at this movie. I'm in it." They were not asked into it. They paid to get in it. So it's called pay to play.
When people do Indiegogo campaigns to raise money for their movies,
I go nuts.
Like except for the 2 or 3 named people who are stars, everybody else pays to be in the film.
I just came off of a movie, the one in Nevada, and there was this one guy there who played a soldier, one of my soldiers, who was a pay to play. He was so fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
He sat there taking selfies all day long, walking around telling everybody the guy made 2 movies or 1 movie, and he's acting like he's been in the business 100 years. These are crazy people. I can't deal with them because you know why? I feed you a lot. If I fed you this line, Rich, get over here. I'm going to shoot your balls off. You know how to react to that.
Sure.
A pay to play. I was in a movie with a pay to play, and I said to him, "I know that you're lying because you killed him. Your brother did it." I went on and on. And you know what? He came back to me and he said, "Oh, you're a bastard." And I looked at the camera and I said, "You guys, we can't even And I said to the director, "Oh, what is that?"
So
I just laid this guy out where he should have punched me in the face, and he said, "Oh, you're a bastard." Wasn't even the line in the script.
No,
That's
it's
crazy.
pretty good that you've got a career that you don't even like get sent that stuff. I produce films, and literally in my social media, I actually produce them. I don't like pay to play. Neither one of us pay to play.
No, I don't pay.
He's been in a movie that other people paid to play, where he's one of the ones who got paid.
I get paid.
But people will send me things. I'll be a producer, contribute $1,000 to our Indiegogo campaign and get a producer credit, and he gets all the ones for actors. Be in our film. They send him a thing.
I got one that was the best. If you give us $10,000, you could be in a scene with
Tom Sizemore. That was right before
with
he
Tom
died.
Sizemore. And I tapped back. I said, "You stupid fucks. Tom is my best friend. I need $10,000 to be next to Tom."
Yeah, right.
I work with Tom Sizemore.
So it's really scary the way that indie film, it gives more opportunities for people, but it also, doesn't always make things look, well. It's hard enough to raise money as it is, but I'm a firm believer that, you find your financing and get things made.
Jimmy, now listen to me. I'm not lying. I swear to God. I read scripts all the time. Some scripts I could vomit. The minute I read 2 pages, I want to kill myself. Jimmy has got, I think, 2 or 3 movies that the script is unbelievable.
Right.
It's going to make the best movie, if it gets funded. He's breaking his hump, finding money for it. That's how you do the business. Because in this movie, he's got some of the biggest names, all soap opera stars. Am I allowed to say that? Soap opera stars.
It's not all going to be all soap opera stars.
Well, mostly old soap opera stars are in it, which is going to be a phenomenal story and movie.
Did you see The Divas Christmas last year? It was the #1 Christmas movie, and it had all the older ladies from the 80s, Morgan Fairchild, Linda Gray. So I came up with the concept, and we're doing the same thing with guys, all the stars of the guy stars.
And I play, of course, in it. Guess who I play? I play Bernie, the Jew from New York, who's tough. The tough New York Jew, Bernie.
Right. I'm going to put all the indie filmmakers, because they know we get a lot of great celebrities on our show and great actors. They always ask me, so I put everybody on. Once I've met them on the show, I put them on a list when people are asking me for who do I know that might be good for different things. So I'll put you on our list. I do have 3 films that we recently got an LOI for funding based just on the script. It's never happened to me ever before. I always have to have A-list people attached, but I do have 3 films that we don't have anybody attached to any of them, and we got the LOI just based on the script. And guess what?
I'm starring in one of them, playing a gay vampire.
But I would like
talk about typecasting, right?
I would like to get you in some cool stuff. I do all genres. I'm doing horror, family. I'm doing a little bit of everything. But I think it'd be a lot of fun to work with you. I think you're a really great talent. I was super impressed
for my movie.
I was super impressed with Spiral. We love Little Italy. I'm gonna watch EFC now because your clips were great. I watched the clips before we played them today.
The part that I'd like you to play, and I'm serious about this, I'm not putting smoke up your ass, was accepted by Mira Sorvino's father, Paul.
Yeah, Paul Sorvino was going to play it.
Paul loved the script, and he said, "Yes, I will play the part." And we had him cited for it. And then, of course, we lost Paul. He passed away.
Which was terrible tragedy.
So you would be replacing the Paul Sorvino part, which is very good.
Yeah, for sure.
You remind me of his type. I see you in that role.
Actually, very much so.
Don't you see it also? Yeah. I think if you're not too fucking expensive, don't come off with that.
I'm Canadian, buddy.
He's Canadian.
You're going to hit us with
I work for loose change. Got a couple of bucks on you.
I love it. So how cold is it there?
Freezing.
Nah, yeah, it's well, on the Fahrenheit, I'm not sure. I guess it would be about 35, but Celsius, it's 0. So it's at the temperature where water freezes. So it's cold, but it's not unbearable now.
And New York City is in the deep freeze now. It's freezing in New York City.
Yeah, we're not too different than New York in terms of temperature.
Canada and New York is the same.
Love it. So everybody, this is Richard Zeppieri. Check out all his stuff. Please go watch EFC so the movie can make some money. It's on Tubi. And we want to thank you for coming on the show. Congratulations on all your body of work. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to working with you. I think we'd work good together.
Hey, Jimmy, Ron, it was a pleasure talking to you guys, man. Really. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
You
Rich.
guys. Yeah, Merry Christmas. You and yours.
Good talking to you, Rich.
Yay! Yay!
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
He's a cool guy. If you saw him in this movie too, you would be like, holy moly. Like, it's unbelievable.
No, he'd be good to play the mafia boss.
Yes. So, you guys, we're going to have our next guest in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to play one of her music videos, not the newest one that we're going to talk with her about when she gets on. But this is the one that got nominated for all kinds of awards. The name of the song is I Like Rain. The artist is Irene Michaels. We're going to play the video. And as soon as we get done with the video, we'll be bringing her on live. So enjoy.
Sunshine all the time. Always want the stars aligned. When I'm near you, I can be blue. But I'm the other colors too. It has no end, it has no start. It's just the logic of my heart. It's the secret you can never tell. We're falling, like little drops on a window pane. We're falling, but I like rain. I like rain. See you deep inside my soul. What I hold, I can't control. When you're lost in the midst of night, you're never out of my sight. It has no end, it has no start. It's just the logic of my heart. It's a secret you can never tell. We're falling, like little drops on the window pane. We're falling, but I like rain. It has no end, it has no start. It's just the logic of my heart. It's the secret you can never tell. We're falling, like little drops on a window pane. We're falling, but I like rain. We're falling, keep calling. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I touch you, I love you, 'cause I like rain. I like rain. I like rain. I
played.
Yay! All right, everybody. So that was Irene Michaels. The name of the song was I Like Rain. Now let's bring her on. Hopefully she's still there. Hey!
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, gentlemen. I'm wonderful.
Oh, you look so fabulous.
How is my hot, sexy, great Irene, the singing queen?
Oh.
I had so much fun with you at that event. And we danced, and I said to myself, she is the hottest woman I have ever seen for her age. She's beautiful. She looks 30 years younger or 40 years younger. She's got a body of death, and she knows how to move her body to get you hot. And can she sing? Yeah, she can sing just as good as a 20-year-old. You are absolutely beyond amazing.
Thank you.
Beyond.
So, Irene, say hi to the chat room.
Why you're not as famous as Barbara Streisand, I'll never know. Because you certainly got her beat.
Me too. I agree.
I love it. So you're in Chicago now, right?
Yeah, so let me say hello to the chat room first. Hi, everyone.
There you go. They're saying hi back, so that's terrific. And they're saying how stunning you are. And
Thank you.
you guys, that was I Like Rain, but Irene hasn't been on for a while on the show, and since then she's done all kinds of really cool things.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, when we saw her on our show, I figured, okay, she looks good. You know, blur the camera. You could do a lot of tricks to look young. Then when I saw her in person, I said to Jimmy, "That's the same one?" I did. I said, "She's the one that was on our show, right?" She looked about 40 years old, and I thought, "Holy shit!"
But
there's no cameras here.
You guys, he's talking because Irene performed at Gay Pride in New York City at an event, and we were there supporting her.
Disco on the Hudson. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful, and she was
she performed.
Stunning performer. We had a really good time with it, and
there's a lot of young kids there in their 20s, and they all got up.
They were all dancing
to Irene's music. It was fabulous. It was an interest. Then we drove you home.
Yes. Oh yeah, we drove her home. I forgot about that.
We drove you home. It's not everybody that gets to take Irene home.
And I'll be doing another party for the gay community. It's called 50 Shades of Gay, and it's going to be
for my very good friend, that demented
We
queen.
love Icavelli.
Ike is one of the craziest gay guys. I love him.
He's
He's a good friend of ours, Ike.
You guys too. It's Icavelli, Wendy Stewart, Tim Moss.
Yes, we love Wendy.
Irene is opening. You're doing Christmas music, probably, right?
Yes.
Doing Christmas music. It's at the Copa. Bailey Hess and Mark the Always will be there.
You know, I played the original Copacabana back in the 60s, the original one. And then, of course, they put the one on 14th Street. Not 14th Street. It's down by the river, the Copa.
So you guys, it's called 50 Shades of Gay. You can Google it and get tickets to go. It's at the Copa Saturday, December 7th. When is that? 4th, 5th, 6th, Saturday at 7 p.m. Dorothy Bishop, Tim Moss, Wendy Stewart, Jada Valenciaga, and it's being hosted by Sherry Nelson, which everybody knows because she's been on our show a million times, who's traveling in from Vegas to do it. It should be a lot of fun.
Go see this show. This show is so demented that you will crack up laughing. You can't help but enjoy yourself because Ike is really from another planet. If you know Ike.
Have you met him before? Yeah, you probably met him, right?
Yes.
Oh, good. You're going to have a good time with him.
He's totally old Queen. Years and years ago, when the gay people got together, they would get anything, a pillow, a drapery, wrap themselves in it and perform. And it was the best theater you ever saw. Ike has brought this kind of stuff to the stage. It's just pure camp, total gay camp, and hysterically funny. And of course, with Irene singing and opening, it's got to be a great show. So I would suggest to go. How much is a ticket?
I don't know.
How much is a ticket, Irene? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I didn't look at the ticket prices.
I don't know. I think it's going to be sold out soon. So you guys just Google it. It comes up when you plug it in there. So since Irene was on the show the last time, what is that noise?
What's that noise?
Okay, it stopped. Did it stop? Okay. Hey, you guys, since Irene was on the show last time, she's won a 2023 Josie Award for Pop Single Song of the Year. She won the Get Out Award for House Music Artist of the Year. Her song My Last Love, the dance mix, was nominated for a Hollywood Independent Music Award. She played in Times Square. She played at Gay Pride. She played I don't know, a bunch of places in Chicago because she has all different kinds of shows. She's played in New York at Chelsea Table and Stage. She's really been all over the place. And she has a brand new single.
Do you mind us talking about your age? Because I know you talk about it.
No, I think it's unique.
It's amazing to see 21-year-old people relate to a woman of your age's music. That's what fascinates me. You sound like a 19, 20-year-old girl. Your music is that of young people. That's why you're so famous, because the young people relate to you. I mean, when I tell people I'm 84 years old, they stand back. Then they treat me differently. And I say, please don't treat me differently. You thought I was 60. Treat me like a 60-year-old. Do not ever treat me like an 84-year-old, because 84-year-olds are half dead. I'm not. You saw me dancing, jumping.
Great. You guys
I'm not 84 years old.
Well, I'm only 60, so actually he looks way better than I do.
Well, not true. But anyway, that's the phenomenal part about you, Irene, is that your talent is ageless. And I'm happy to say that because I really like you. I just find I'm fascinated by you. And I was best friends with Jane Russell. And I know a lot of movie stars. So to be fascinated by you is quite a compliment. It takes a lot to get me fascinated. A lot.
Oh, thank you. I take that.
I can't get over your figure. Your body is like a 20-year-old. You look, no, you really look fabulous. I mean, I wish people, when they go see you, would understand this, that you're just an icon. You see, I don't believe in aging. I'm not a fan of aging. I don't think because you reach 80, 85 years old, you suddenly have to look like shit and be old. You can be just as groovy and sharp at 85 as at 25. And I do that. Nobody believes my age because I don't sell it like you. I dress young, I look young, I act young, I think young, and I am young. So are you. We're both very young.
We should give a plug then for that. We should give a plug. You guys, Irene actually wrote a book. It's a great book.
Oh, yeah.
It's called I Am Beauty with an I, like a letter I. I Am Beauty, Living Beautifully and Luxuriously Beyond 50. It's a really, really good book. It's available on Amazon.
If you want to look like her, buy it.
It's available on on Amazon.com, and you can find out more information by going to IreneMichaels.com, and you can follow her on Instagram, Irene Michaels Music. On Instagram.
The first time she was on our show a couple of years ago, I was fascinated by what we spoke about eating right, drinking water, exercising, watching your weight, caring about yourself, pampering yourself. It's all important. What you do at 21, you should do at 81. The same thing, right? The same procedure. Just eat right.
It's I think the best word I can always use is consistency. If you're consistent in any regimen, it will always pay off.
Absolutely, because it's continuous.
You ride horses and do all kinds of stuff too, right? You're an equestrian.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Do you ride horses a lot?
I used to ride a lot, but my music has kind of kept me away from it because I can't do both. It's just very time consuming to study, rehearse, and write.
Yes.
So it's hard for me to also ride because it takes hours of riding to make sure you have the proper seat and strong legs so you don't get hurt.
So you guys,
but you are so beautiful. I can't stop looking at you. Look how beautiful.
Of course she is.
Okay, I don't blow smoke up anybody's ass. If you were ugly, I'm going to say you're beautiful. People laugh in my face, right? But you are so. Even in person, I kept staring at you, and I just thought to myself, I don't know what this woman did. This broad did something, boy. It really is right.
So you guys, Irene's talking about music. She has, since the last time she was on the show, she's released 5 singles. My Last Love, Party on Lakeshore Drive, I Got My Eye on You, and I Am Golden. And now she has another new single called My Heart. It comes in a radio edit and a Joe Smooth edit. Tell us a little bit about My Heart, because we're going to play the music video for everybody to hear it in a little bit.
Okay. Well, I worked with a producer by the name of Joe Smooth, and he's pretty popular also, and also in Europe, not just the States. And he produced the song. He called me up one day. He said, I think I've got a great song for your voice, and I want you to come and hear it. And to be honest with you, when I first heard it, I thought, I'm not so sure about this because I'm thinking that she'd have more lyrics and be a little not so much flowery. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to go for it. And so I did, and we did several takes on it. And we came up with the product, My Heart. And if you listen to the song, it's all about a woman in love with someone who really doesn't love her and he doesn't treat her well. And her heart's telling her she wants him, and her head is saying, stay away. And this is the battle that she's having between her head and her heart. So it's an interesting song, and a lot of people like it. So I'm very excited about it. And Joe happens to be producing another album coming out the first of the year with the recording artist Amanda. So it's going to be, and I also have a new song coming out at the beginning of the year. So it's all good and exciting.
I know, I love it. I think this is a really
it's happening, Irene. It's happening. I know it's happening. I know it because I've seen it and I know it works. I know shit from Shinola.
There you go.
Okay?
So you have this new,
and you're the real thing. You need publicity. You need to be out there. You need to be shown. You need to be told. People have to learn about you because they're going to be in love with you like I am. You know, I'm gay, but I'm in love with you. I was in love with you when we were dancing. I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I was straight and she was my lady? But, you know, it wasn't so. But I had a crush on you. I really did. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I had a crush on you.
So let's go to the actual song. So Juan, if you could get the My Heart video ready, I want you to actually introduce it for us, Irene, and then you hang on, and we'll come back and let everybody hear the new single.
Okay, this is my newest single, My Heart.
My mind keeps telling me no. My heart keeps telling me yes. Should I stay or should I go? My heart keeps telling me yes, but my mind keeps telling me no. My heart keeps telling me yes. Should I stay or should I go? Sitting in this bed at night, thinking about my love. How am I supposed to know? Should I stay or should I go? How am I supposed to know? Should I stay or should I go? How am I supposed to know? Should I stay or should I go?
Yay!
Yes, I was disappointed. I didn't see you.
Well, it's a music video and with the lyrics, and actually, it's was done very well. Suzanne Tripoli put that together, and Irene.
Hey, Suzanne, but it's good club. It's a good club song. It should sell for club. It's good dancing.
Ron loves dance music.
I love
thing.
club. I love your kind of music.
I'm going to be in Palm Springs for the film festival, I believe. And so I'd like to take you both to dinner.
Oh,
how about we all go out and have a good time, a ball? We'll just blast the night away. Wouldn't that be fun?
Okay.
Perfect. No, it'll be a lot of fun. That's fun.
So what are you doing here? What, you're coming in for the festival?
I believe I'm attending the Palm Springs Film Festival.
Well, let me see if I can't get you to appear in one of our clubs.
Okay.
Because the Onion is the...
You'll never get her in this. You're in the middle of December now.
I think maybe if they don't have a... You know, the Onion hasn't been booking.
I don't know what the Onion is.
What is it called? The Onion? The Purple Room.
The Purple Room, yeah. The Purple Room's packed. I went to the calendar. When she was telling me she was coming, I already went, yeah. You have to pack stuff way ahead of time. Anyway, either way, you're going to come. We would love to see you. It would be fabulous. And I think that I was telling Ron while we were at the break that, you know, you're doing all this wonderful dance music, but you also have a great cabaret show that you do. Do you have a preference? Do you like one over the other? Or you like them both the same, or because they're probably kind of like different clientele? That's
such a good question. They're so very different. I like both of them for different reasons. I like the excitement and the energy of the house music. And then I like the mood and the sexiness of the torch music and cabaret.
I love that too. That's my favorite. Sexy torch. Love it.
Who are some sexy torch singers that you like?
Peggy Lee.
He loves Peggy Lee.
There's no one could break your heart better than Peggy Lee.
How about Julie London? Is it Julie London?
Julie London never did it for me. You know, I met her through Mr. Blackwell. She was going up to Mr. Blackwell's studio to get a gown. I can't tell you the whole story because it's not becoming. But anyway, no, only because
I don't know who
Mr. Blackwell would not let her put a gown on because she was in her panties and bra. And Mr. Blackwell said that her panties were soiled. And he wouldn't allow her to put the gown on. That's the story. It's not a becoming story. But Julie London didn't work for me. For some reason, she just never was. I don't know. Peggy Lee.
Oh, I know who she is.
Oh, yeah. She was Crimea River. That was her big one.
She was an actress, though, too, right?
Bad actress. She wasn't anything special. She never really made it. She was married to a couple of guys that did good for her. Now, Peggy Lee, when she sings, I wish I didn't love you so, gee, honey. I mean, come on. When Peggy does it, you should do that song. It is a fabulous song. I wish I didn't love you. Oh, it's a heartbreaker. Get the album. I wish I didn't love you so.
Did you ever like Kim Novak?
What?
Did you ever like Kim Novak?
I've spoken to Kim Novak on the phone. And then I had a TV show called Set the Record Straight. It was on television, real TV, not this crappy computer shit. And I wanted her to be a guest, and I got her number from a friend of mine, and I apologized when I called. I said, I'm sorry, I'm using your number. I know you're upset about it because people don't. She said, no, not at all. And I said, I would love for you to come on our TV show, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, if you fly me down, I said, of course, we'll fly you down and put you up and whatever. And then she said to me, but I don't think I'd want to do that. And I said, why? She said, I've gained a lot of weight. I said, I didn't know, and it doesn't matter. You're still Kim Novak and beautiful. And it never went anywhere. Same thing with Doris Day. I called Doris Day. I got her number from, Kay Ballard, who was my best friend. And I called Doris, and Doris said, Ron, let people remember me as I was. She said, I really don't do television. So those were all women in their 80s.
Who was the last one you just said?
Who?
Who was the last?
Doris Day I spoke to.
Doris Day, yeah.
I called all the old broads. I had them all on my show.
Julie London, though, is a big, she has songs in every major movie around.
Julie, I'm telling you.
She did Fly Me to the Moon and Cry Me a River.
Listen, Cry Me a River was her hit. That was her song. The rest of it, I was in the middle of Hollywood at the time. You can't talk to me about this. This is my era.
And Cry Me a River.
I mean, I was hanging out with Betty Davis, so don't tell me about what was going on then. This is my time.
Those are her two big hits, though. Cry Me a River.
She was never any. She was not a household word.
What's your favorite actress in that time?
My favorite actress is Jane Russell. Are you kidding? My best friend. I was buddies with her. We were brother and sister. We hung out together.
Wait, so who are some of your favorite? Who are some of your favorite like actresses and singers from your day, or whatever that you liked a lot?
I always love Frank Sinatra. I love Vic Damone. I like Robert Goulet.
What about Johnny Mathis?
Oh, excuse me. Johnny Mathis, I loved. Yes.
Yeah, I still love him. I met him 3 times, and he was the loveliest human being you ever want to know.
He just did a show in Chicago.
He just did a show?
Just did a show
about... He sells out.
And it was at a casino. And it was sold out, but he kind of wobbled on the stage, and you would not know it was him singing. So I was a little disappointed, but still he was up there.
It's 92.
92, Lord.
God bless him that he even has the guts to get up there and do it.
Right, and sold out. So
let me ask you a question.
He was one of the nicest stars I've ever met. Gentle, kind, soft-spoken, and very, very timid, and with humility. I mean, a star of that magnitude having such humility, but it shows in his music. You see, your personality comes out in your music. That people don't realize it. A performer performs what they feel they are. And when you sing, you come off hot, sexy, and kind of tease. You're a tease when you sing. Okay, you're a tease.
Everybody likes to be teased.
That's right.
I got news for you. If I took you to Miami or Florida to Boca Raton, 5,000 80-year-old men would kill for you. They would give you everything. Anything you want, they would give you.
Which country club?
Really and truly.
In the chat room, they say Irene Michaels is the definition of being elegant to me in every way. Song, music, style. Hey, let me finish. Song, music, style, and so kind. I love this conversation so much. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, in person, she's very, very elegant. There's nothing cheesy.
So let me ask you a question, because you're doing all this music stuff. You're getting nominated for all these awards. You used to be an actress, so you've done really everything. You've modeled, actress, equestrian, writer, author. Do you miss the acting stuff at all? Because you did some cool stuff when you were an actress.
I loved acting. Yes.
You could still act.
Yes, probably.
And you know who you remind me of? You know who you look like? And I know her. Jacqueline Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I worked with Jack in one of the Charlies, and she's beautiful in person. You speak like her, and you act like her, and you look like Jacqueline Smith.
It is a high compliment.
No, and she's a doll of a person to work with. She's a very unassuming woman. Lovely. Terrific.
I love the whole thing. So okay, so when since you're an actress, and first of all, let's do it as a singer first. So since you run all the gamut of genres that you can sing them all, and you're actually singing a lot of them. If you got a phone call and it says, Irene, we want you to go on tour with, and you could go on tour with anybody living or dead, who would you like to go on tour with?
Oh man, the Rat Pack.
The Rat Pack, that's good. Actually, you did a show in Chicago or someplace with the guys who are like, do the Rat Pack.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Boy, yeah. I loved Robert Goulet. I loved him.
Robert Goulet,
a great voice.
the handsomest man in the world.
Oh, and his wife, who was his wife? She was an actress also.
I've never met her.
The redhead.
I'll find out.
Robert Goulet was big he lived in Palm Springs. He had a place here.
Yeah,
and you could see him, he was visible. And we saw him one day eating in a restaurant that we were eating in. And I just thought those blue eyes from 10 tables away were sparkling. He was a gorgeous man, Robert Goulet.
Vera Novak. He was married to Vera Novak and Carol Lawrence.
Carol Lawrence. That's who he was.
Carol Lawrence. Yeah.
They met on when they did.
You know who else I think is a great performer was Sammy Davis Jr.
So they say. I've never met him, but they say
he's a great performer.
I thought you did meet him.
Well, I never met him. I saw him at the Copacabana.
Oh, okay.
So he sat at the table, but I never really met him.
I remember when I was dancing and I was in New York. I remember one of my dreams was to be able to dance at the Copacabana. Every dancer who's training wants to dance at the Copacabana. And here I am.
Diana Ross was performing.
Going to
the Supremes were performing, and we had a ringside table. And suddenly this black man comes and sits at the table, and it was Sammy. And he didn't even introduce himself. He just sat there, watched the Supremes perform, and then he got up and walked off with Diana Ross. So that's how I met Sammy.
Got it. Okay.
Introduced.
So what a great time that was in Hollywood.
Yes.
When I was in Hollywood as a young fella, I was Rock Hudson. I mean, everybody that when you're a young, good-looking fella, like 19 and 20, and you're in the business, they pass you around to see who could ball you. You're like the sex guy, the young kid. They brought in the meat for the old faggots. And a lot of them would hit on, and I was not interested because I was never a call boy. I never wanted to be kept by anybody. I was an independent. And for that reason, people trusted me. And I friended Mr. Blackwell. I friended Debbie Reynolds. I friended so many people. Of course, they're all gone now, and it makes my world sad.
Yes.
Very sad, because I don't have anybody left to talk to.
But we have Irene. You have Irene.
And Irene and I could probably talk about the same people in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk big time.
I years ago, I used to do colleges where I'd go and talk about television and acting, to the students. And one student was there, and I was talking about Jane Russell and my relationship. And he just looked at me like he was dead. I said, "Do you know who Jane Russell is?" And he said, "No." I said, "Okay. Do you know who Barbara Streisand is?" And he said, "No, but I've heard of her." So I knew right then and there that Hollywood was finished. Yeah. As opposed to Europe, you would be a great hit in Europe. Because, I'm telling you, if I brought you to Italy, forget about it. You could be booked all over the joint. Ron Moss. Ron Moss, the super TV star, the gorgeous guy, Ron Ross. He's a friend of ours, he and his wife, Devon. They're in Italy. They pay for everything, the trip, the hotels, the food. They adore him in Italy, adore him. The same goes for Sean Kanan, the other soap opera star. He and his wife, Michelle, went to Dubai for free. Met the Shah, whoever the hell he is. So they go crazy for American stars.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. We'll have to put Eileen on the case.
Yes, absolutely.
The Italians would kill for you.
Yeah, Italians like me.
Oh, yeah, because Italian men are like, I'm Italian. We're flirts. We're hot. Italians are hot guys. Russell's not my name.
Lini? What was your last name?
My real name is Sarego. I'm Italian. Sarego. but I used Russell. I took Jane's name because I was in love with her at 16 years old. When she did French Line and came out in 3-dimension, dancing and shaking all that stuff all over, I went crazy. And I was 16.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was gay.
So let me go ahead.
Huh?
Did you like Rita Hayworth?
Rita Hayworth?
Yeah,
I met
was,
Rita Hayworth
Did you like her though?
Oh, I loved Rita Hayworth. I met her in the street. I lived on Spalding Drive in Beverly Hills, and she was walking with her nurse on our sidewalk as I was walking. And I walked up to her and I said, "Hello, Rita Hayworth." And she turned around and she said, "Oh, yes, I know you from over." She was gone. She had no idea. She was old. She was in her 80s.
So I'm going to go back to you as an actress then, since we did the question about the music. So if you could have been in any movie as an actress, maybe even a musical, that way you could sing also, what movie would you have liked to have been in?
Oh boy. Well, I loved West Side Story. I would have loved to have been Maria.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's a terrific one.
I liked Phantom of the Opera, the play. If they made a movie, that's what that voice was so beautiful. What was her name that starred in that? Crawford.
She was the English broad. Her name,
in the movie, when they made the movie, it was Emmy Rossum, but I don't know.
No, the Broadway. On Broadway, it was what's his name's wife? The guy who wrote it. Who wrote Phantom?
Oh, right. Who did write that?
The English guy. His wife was the star.
Yes.
Weber's wife was the star.
Look, Jimmy, I have something in common with you.
Oh, he's got the phone.
Look
Yes.
Here. Look here.
Oh, there we go. The red glasses. I love it.
Let me ask for my red top. Just for you two.
I want to ask, does your husband appreciate you?
I think he does. He's a wonderful guy.
Does he worship you and treat you like a goddess?
Oh, it's never enough.
What's she say?
It's never enough. Sarah Brightman and Michael Crawford starred in it.
Sarah Brighton.
On Broadway.
That was my favorite play of all time.
Have you ever recorded any Broadway songs?
No, I haven't.
I love
Something
Broadway
on the
music.
bucket list.
Yeah, that's a cool bucket list for something,
But
especially if you.
I really want you to listen to Peggy Lee with "I Wish I Didn't Love You So." I know when you hear that song, you're going to fall in love with it because she cracks. When she sings, she cracks in her throat. And that crack just gets you. It just grabs you. Listen to Peggy Lee, "I Wish I Didn't Love You So." Everyone out there, listen to it. It's a wonderful song.
Okay, I shall.
And really grabs you.
So you guys too, you can follow Irene on Instagram. It's Irene Michaels Music. She's also on TikTok, you guys. Are you Irene Michaels Music on TikTok too? Do you know?
I think so.
And then she's her website is irenemichaels.com, which has pretty much everything that she does because she does so many wonderful, cool things. Again, she's got her book, which is a great Christmas gift since we're going into Christmas now. Ion Beauty, Living Beautifully and Luxuriously Beyond 50. It's a great book. I'm going to look up her TikTok real quick.
And please go see her show. You'll enjoy it.
Saturday night, you guys, at the Copa.
I enjoy Irene. I would go see Irene. I'd even pay to see Irene. And I don't pay to see anybody. I'm always calm.
Actually, you guys, on TikTok, she's Irene_Michaels. But she's Irene Michaels Music on Instagram. Those are probably the two funnest
What's your
platforms to
ethnic
be
background, Irene? What's your ethnic background?
Oh, wow. I'm Irish. My mother was Cherokee, and my father was Italian.
Wow, is that beautiful? That's what the Cherokee are the cheekbones, and the beautiful eyes are the Italian, and Irish is your spunk.
Oh, there you go.
Irish people are very spunky, especially with a couple of drinks in them, right?
Absolutely.
Jimmy's Irish.
I don't drink, so if I have a couple drinks in me, everybody's in trouble.
Oh, right.
I should tell you also that I'm going to be on another radio show with Quinn Lumley. I believe her name is Quinn.
Secrets of the Stage is the name of the show.
Yes, yes.
Secrets is and Quinn Lemley. Quinn Lemley has her own show where she's portrays Rita Hayworth. She sings and performs and acts, and she's great. And her show, I believe, is terrific. Only saw one episode where Soho Johnny was on it recently.
How do I see that?
And
I want to see that.
She's probably coming on our show anyway as a guest sometime soon.
Oh, great. She's portraying Rita Hayworth. I want to see that.
She's fabulous. And then you also have a show coming up in January someplace.
Yes.
Do you know the details of that? I don't have that written down.
I do. It's at the Historical Epiphany on the west side of Chicago, but not far west. And it's an old church that was made into these theaters. It's called the Theater of Arts, and it can seat 3,000 people on the main level.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
That's a good house.
A little too big for me, but then there's another room called the
You'll
Sanctuary.
never say that it's too big for you. You don't know.
It's just the room is so big. It's like
You don't know what's going to happen next week.
Well, this is true. Do you hear that, Suzanne? You better get busy. She helps.
Positive thinking, Irene. Irene, always. Listen, what do you eat in a day? In a good day, from breakfast to dinner, what do you eat?
I have oatmeal for breakfast, or a poached egg. I have a salad for lunch, or a hamburger. I love my French fries. I can't help it.
I do too. I totally identify with
So
that.
you don't deny yourself French fries?
No, I don't. No.
And for dinner?
I try to eat as good as I can eat. I don't have the best habits in the world, but they're pretty damn good.
Yeah, I bet they're pretty good, or you wouldn't look like you do.
That's why I want people to hear what she eats, because they're all going to say, how does she keep her figure? She must starve to death. Well, that's not starving.
So how often do you work out?
What's for dinner? What's for dinner?
Steak or some sort of meat, pork chop, or liver and onions.
Oh, I love liver and onions. Jimmy vomits when I order it. He can't even bear to watch it. I love liver.
I'll do
and
the steak
onions.
and the pork chops, but I'll pass on the liver and onions.
That's one of my favorite. Calf's liver, soft and tender.
And how often do you work out?
I work out 3 to 4 times a week. I lift weights. I have a trainer. I do Pilates. I do ballet. I stretch. I ride horses. So it's really, it's a lot of working out.
Very active.
But I just want our viewers to see what it takes to look like you, because a lot of women out there are saying, "Oh, sure, if I had her money and if I was famous like her, I'd look like her." No, it's not true. You could be just a housewife.
Absolutely.
A plain old housewife.
The housewife is an important role also.
Absolutely.
Everybody can look like a star. Remember that. She looks like a star because she works to look. If she was fat and stayed at home and was bald and had fake teeth, false teeth, and eyeglasses, who would give a shit about her? She'd be a mess. So the idea is to become gorgeous and glamorous, and
everybody can do that.
And you'll excite your husband. You'll have sex again. You'll be adored and loved. Unfortunately, visual counts. Visual counts. I'm sorry.
Especially in entertainment. It's very important.
Call me shallow. Yes, I am. When I was married to one of the most beautiful women in the world. She was Dutch with green eyes, and she was a model. And she looked like Verna Lisi, the Italian actress. And it was face that got me. It's always she had a figure of death.
Hang on, because we don't have enough time for all this.
Okay. Anyway, the point I'm bringing out is anybody could be like Irene if you work at it like Irene.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's work. It is work.
You're a good example of what a healthy woman is.
I enjoy it too. So
you guys,
I know you do.
Follow Irene.
You love being you.
Follow Irene on Instagram. It's Irene Michaels Music. Her website is irenemichaels.com.
Looking forward to you coming to Palm Springs, but we will take you to dinner.
She's going to be playing at the Copa Saturday night.
Women don't take me to dinner. I'm an old-fashioned guinea. Old-fashioned Italian.
You get her book, Ion Beauty, Living Beautifully and Luxuriously Beyond 50. And
So you like hamburgers? Guess what? We'll be big spenders. We'll take it to McDonald's. Nah.
Spencer's.
Oh, Spencer's is my favorite.
It's a great restaurant. It's a perfect one. So
yeah, I love
good luck
Spencer's.
on Saturday. Have a great time. Say hi to Ike and everybody for us.
Yeah, and certainly,
safe travels
please,
and have a Merry Christmas.
Give Sherry Nelson a big hug for me.
I shall. I definitely will.
I love her very much. She'll tell you what she did for me in my little car.
I will.
Ask her about Ron's car story.
There we go. Irene, congratulations on the new song. Everybody get My Heart. Download it, stream it. Also look for all her other music on all the download sites and streaming sites. And please listen to her music, support indie artists. And we want to thank you for coming on the show. And have a great weekend.
Absolutely.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Bye,
Merry
bye.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Bye, everybody.
I hope you get
See you
everything
guys next
you want.
week.
Okay.
You should. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Like a 10-carat diamond ring would be
Okay, we
nice.
got to go. He won't cut off if you're talking. We got to go. We're out of time.
We're over time.
Yeah, we're over time.
Goodbye,
Bye,
my love.
everybody.
Goodbye, honey. Bye-bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.